Hello everyone, how are you all? Today our topic is graphical representation of linear equations. Graphical representation of linear equations. In the earlier classes we have done already linear equations, but now I will tell you how we can represent all the linear equations on the graph. But before that we need to learn few things, and those are very related to linear equations, and those are very helpful in further topics also. So first thing we need to learn that what are order pairs. We will frequently use all these words in our graphical representation or in our linear equation. So first is, what is order pair? See, we are having a plane here. Suppose our plane is here only this board. We can have different type of plane, like we can have a paper, we can have a room, anything that is two-dimensional is a plane. So I am considering here plane is this board. The surface of this board is my plane now. If I am taking one line horizontal, this is a horizontal line, and one line vertical, and these two lines are perpendicular to each other. This is horizontal line and this is vertical line, and these two lines are perpendicular to each other. So this forms a coordinate system, coordinate plane. If we are having two lines in such a manner that one is horizontal, this horizontal line is called x-axis. We will use all these things frequently, so I am telling you before all these things. This is called x-axis and this is our y-axis, and because it is a line, so we will draw a arrow. It can move infinitely. There is no restriction that it will be only up to here, because our plane we are considering only till here, so the line we are considering like this, but we are putting arrow. So this is the meaning of arrow. Now these two lines, this horizontal line is called x-axis and vertical line is called y-axis, and they intersect each other at the point O. This point O, where these two lines intersect, is called origin. And one more thing, this side, this positive direction of x-axis, this is negative direction of x-axis. On the right of origin we are having positive x-axis, and in the upward direction it is positive y-axis. Here it is negative x-axis, and here it is negative y-axis. So we have four type of these two lines are divided in four parts. Here it is positive x-axis. Here we will consider all the positive values because it is 0. Origin, coordinates of origin are 0, 0. We will consider like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, and here -1, because it is negative x-axis. Here we will consider negative terms, negative numbers, and here because it is negative y-axis we will consider negative numbers. Here -1, -2, -3, -4. Now these two lines divide the whole plane in four parts. See, this is one part, this is one part, this is one part, this is one part. So whole plane is divided in four parts. These four parts are called the quadrants. And this system is called coordinate system, and this plane is called, where we are doing all these work, is called coordinate plane. Coordinate plane, and these axes which we are saying x axis and y axis, these are called coordinate axis. Coordinate axis, and where these axes meet each other, intersect each other, that point is called origin. From here I think you are getting what is our coordinate system. It consists of 2 lines and 4 quadrants. Now we are talking about 4 quadrants. Because the plane is divided in 4 parts, each part is called a quadrant. This is our first quadrant. This is our second quadrant. This is our third quadrant, and this is our fourth quadrant. The entire system, entire coordinate plane is divided in 4 parts, and each part is called quadrant, and quadrant is like symmetrical. It is first, second, third, fourth. Now see, here we are considering only positive. Here also we are considering positive. So this we'll consider plus plus. All the numbers plus plus, and here it is minus, x axis and y axis positive, minus plus. Here x axis and y axis both are negative, and here x axis is negative and y axis is positive. So we will consider numbers like this. Now the most important thing I have to tell you about what is an order pair. Now we come to our main part, that is order pair. What is an order pair? Any point in the Cartesian plane is called an order pair. How we can locate the point? See, suppose I have to locate the point 2, 3. First of all, we will draw these 2 lines, that is our coordinate plane, and we will draw origin here where the 2 lines meet. And the second thing, this gap should be same everywhere, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, whatever you are considering your scale, it should be same everywhere. Here I am taking approx 1 centimeter. So 0, 1, 2, 3, everywhere gap is same, and here because it is negative x-axis, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and same in for the y-axis. Now suppose I have to plot a point 2, 3 in this Cartesian plane. Then I will consider 2 on the x-axis here. That is the perpendicular distance from y-axis. From y-axis I am taking a distance of 2 centimeter, and if then again it is 3. So I am taking a distance of 3. From here I am taking 2, and then I am taking in front of 2 here, and in front of 3. So like this you can consider. Perpendicular distance from y-axis 2 you have to take, and 3 you have to take perpendicular distance from x-axis. So this is our point 2, 3. This is the location of the point 2, 3. Now why we call it a order pair? Because the order is very important. Everywhere when we are saying order pair, 2, that is the first number which we can see, that is always the perpendicular distance from y-axis, or we can say it is a point on x-axis and this is a point on y-axis, or simply we call it x coordinate, and it is called y coordinate. X coordinate, y coordinate, and they are also having particular name. This number is called abscissa, and this 3 is called ordinate, and their combination is called coordinate. So this point 2, 3 is not called a point, it is called a coordinate. And from here we can see that it is our Cartesian coordinate system. A system where 2 lines are there, they are intersecting and they are having the order pair, and this whole system is called Cartesian coordinate system. Now you got why we call it order pair, because order is very important, and because this point is in pair. We can see 2 numbers, it is a pair, therefore it is called order pair. So we can locate any point in this plane, like here I have given you an example of 2, 3. Suppose I have to plot minus 1 3. So this we will see on x-axis. On x-axis minus 1 is here, and we can consider it as a perpendicular distance from y-axis. Point on x-axis, but distance is from y-axis. In both way you have to understand. And now we have to see this 3 point on y-axis. So perpendicular distance from, like this, perpendicular distance from x-axis, and minus 1 was perpendicular distance from y-axis, or we can see that we have to choose the point on x-axis, and this point, this ordinate we have to choose on y-axis, and where they meet, and this distance should be always perpendicular. So I think now you are getting how we can plot the points. I will take two more examples for the third and fourth quadrant also. See, here both were positive. Earlier I told you, here we consider plus plus, here we consider minus plus, here we consider minus minus, and here we consider plus minus. So now I am taking an example of minus minus in the third quadrant. How the points will look like in the third quadrant? Both will be negative. Now I am taking an example minus 2 minus 3. I have to plot this point. So first of all I will see the position of minus 2 on the x-axis. It is here. We can mark a point so that we can easily see it is minus 2, and then minus 3 on the y-axis we have to mark like this. Now we will start from here, and we will start from minus 3, where these two lines, where these two perpendicular distances meet. This point is minus 2 minus 3, and we can name it anything like A, B, C, P, Q, R, capital letters. We denote generally all these points by capital letters. See, P, Q, R, like this. Now this is called fourth quadrant, and in the fourth quadrant also I will plot a point. Suppose, because it is showing plus minus, I will take 2 comma minus 3. First of all we will see 2 on the x-axis and minus 3 on the y-axis, and we will start from 2 to and here they are meeting, and its coordinates are 2 comma minus 3. So this is how we can represent any point in the coordinate system. And coordinate system, the points are in the form of order pair. Order pair means a pair where order is very important, and the first point we mark on x-axis and the second number we mark on y-axis. The point which is on the x-axis, that is a perpendicular distance from y-axis, and the point which is on y-axis, that is a perpendicular distance from x-axis. This x coordinate and this is y coordinate, and the particular name is, this is x coordinate is also called abscissa, and y coordinate is also called ordinate, and their combination together it becomes a coordinate, and this entire system becomes rectangular Cartesian coordinate system or coordinate plane with coordinate axis. And this is x-axis, this is y-axis. X-axis is always horizontal and y-axis is always vertical. Now we will come to linear equation. Today our topic is linear equation in two variables. We know our standard linear equation ax plus by plus c equals to 0. It is a linear equation. Everyone is agreed? Why it is linear? Yeah, it is linear because the degree of the variable is, highest degree is 1. See, here there is no power, it means power is 1, there is no power, power is 1, and it is constant, where a, b, c are constants and x, y are variables, and the degree of variable is 1, therefore it is linear. But it is a linear equation in two variables because x, y both are variables here, and a, b, c are constants. X, y variables. We have to plot a linear equation linear equation in two variables on a graph, there is a particular procedure for that, and we have to understand that procedure very carefully. First of all, a linear equation in two variable represents a line. This is very important result, that it always represents a line, and I will show you later how we can see that it always represents a straight line on the graph. First of all, there are few steps we have to be know. Take some example. 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equal to 0. This is also a linear equation. By comparing with the standard linear equation in two variable, we can see it is also a linear equation in two variables, where a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 5. For plotting on the graph, we need certain values, because only those values we can plot on the graph, and we know that in our graph the value should be in order pair, because we are talking about xy. There are two variables, so obviously values should be in order pair. How we can find the values that satisfies the given linear equation in two variables? We will write it like 3y is equal to minus 2x minus 5, and y is equal to minus 2x minus 5 divided by 3. This is the y in terms of x. We have to choose values of x by inspection method, and accordingly we can find the values of y. This is the way how we can find the solutions for the linear equations. I am plotting a table for that, a small table, and here I am mentioning x, y. I will choose x myself, and accordingly I will find out y. Suppose first of all I am taking x 0. I am taking x is equal to 0, and I will put the value of x is equal to 0 in this equation. Accordingly, y is equal to, this portion will be 0 and y will be minus 5 by 3. So solution is x is equal to 0 and y is minus 5 by 3, and it becomes a order pair. Order pair solution, what is order pair here? 0 comma minus 5 by 3, because whenever we are taking x 0, then always it will give the value of y as minus 5 by 3. Now I will choose x is equal to 1. I am telling you how we can find the solutions of the given linear equation in two variable. When I am taking x as 1, here I will put minus 2 into 1 minus 2 minus 5 divided by 3, and it becomes minus 7 by 3. So when x is 1, here I am taking a table and I am writing x, y. These are the values of x, and accordingly we are getting the values of y. So y here becomes minus 7 by 3. Now I can take one negative value also. I can choose x either positive or negative, it doesn't matter, because both values are suitable for all these numbers. I have already told you here a, b, c are real numbers. Real numbers means I can take negative, positive values. So now y is equal to, whenever I am taking x as minus 1, put this value in minus 2 into minus 1 minus 5 divided by 3. So it becomes 2 minus 5 divided by 3, that is minus 3 by 3, that is equal to minus 1. So when our x is minus 1, accordingly our y is also minus 1. You can take more solutions. How many solutions are possible? Can anybody tell? Yeah, because there is no restriction on x. We can choose x anything. We can choose x minus 5, minus 4, minus 100, minus 1000, and accordingly I can find the values of y. So there are infinite many solutions possible. How many solutions possible? Infinite many solution possible, because there is no restriction of choosing. That is our choice. That is called inspection method also, because there is no restriction. We are choosing x. How many positive numbers? Infinite. How many negative numbers? Infinite. So you can choose infinite positive and negative, and their combinations are infinite. So we can say solutions of linear equation in two variables are infinite. And every linear equation represents a straight line that I will show how we can plot on graph. First I was telling you how we can find a solution of the linear equations. Now we will take another example of linear equation in two variables, and we will find the solutions of this. X plus 2y is equal to 6. It is a linear equation in two variables, and how we can find the solution. In the previous question we converted y in terms of x, but here we will convert x is equal to 6 minus 2y. By showing this, I want to tell you that there is no hard and fast rule that you have to convert y in terms of x. You can convert x in terms of y also, and there is no problem in all these things. But if you are converting x in terms of y, then you will choose the values of y here, and so y is called independent variable because there is no dependency on other. It's your choice. You can choose y anything like positive, negative, minus 3, minus 5, 100, 1000, whatever you want. But here when you choose y once, the x will give you the values accordingly. If you choose y1, x will give you 4. So it is dependent variable because it depends on the value of y. So 1 is always dependent and 1 is always independent, and that you have to see carefully which is dependent or independent. And no need to convert also. There is no need. You can choose directly y first, but it is independent. First one thing is independent, one variable is. So suppose I am choosing y is equal to 0, so I can write x plus 2 into 0 is equal to 6. So x 2 into 0 is 0. So x is equal to 6. So directly I am getting x is equal to 6. So there are many ways by which you can solve a linear equation in two variable. Either you convert one of them in the form of other, or you can keep it as it is and you can choose the values of x or y, or you can apply in the question. Here we will take more examples on that. Here I am converting x in terms of y, but it gives you a simple way. By easily you can find a solution. So it is better, it is convenient that you can convert one thing into the form of other variable. It becomes quite easy. Now I am plotting this table. This is must. From this also everything is very clearly how we can solve the question. So first I will choose the value of y. First I will choose y is equal to 0. So put y is equal to 0 here. It becomes 6 minus 0, that is 6. So whenever, because I am choosing the value of y, so I will write the value of y first. Don't write it in the column of x because it is the value of y. So y is equal to 0. Accordingly x is equal to 6, and you can write it in the order pair also, but here x is 6, so first you have to write 6. Not like that you are choosing y is equal to 0, first you will write 0. No, order is very important, and the first, this abscissa is always your x coordinate. Whatever is you are choosing x, that is your x coordinate. So initially I told you what is order pair and how much importance it keeps. Now, second thing, first of all, I choose y is equal to 0. Now I am choosing y is equal to 1. Accordingly, x is equal to 6 minus 2 into 1, that is 6 minus 2, that is 4. So whenever our y is 1, our x is 4. Now I am choosing y is equal to minus 1. So x is equal to 6 minus 2 into minus 1, that is 6 plus 2, that is 8. Whenever y is minus 1, x is equal to 8. And one thing more I can choose, y is equal to 2. So here x is equal to 6 minus 2 to the 4, that is 6 minus 4, 2. So whenever our y is 2, in that case x is also 2. So this is our table. Now these are the solutions of these linear equations, and I already told you there are infinitely many solutions. Underline, infinitely many solutions are possible for a linear equation of two variables. Now, the very crucial and very important step that we have to plot the graph of the linear equation. See, first of all, plot this, and you can write it in the form of order pair also. 6 0, next is 4 1, next is 2 2, and 8 comma minus 1. How many solutions we need to plot the graph? I told you that infinitely many solutions are possible. So you need all. How many solutions minimum you need? Minimum you need 2, but to verify that whether our line is exact or not, we should plot always 3 solutions. 3 solutions we need to find, and then we should plot 3 solutions on the graph, and then only we can say that our line is exact. By plotting 2 solutions only you can find a line, but that is not verified. To verify and to make it exact, we need to plot 3 solutions. So this is our x-axis, y-axis, Cartesian system, and here we need to plot. First of all, on the equal distances we will mark points. 6 7, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. 1 2 3 4 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. See, our first point is 6 0. So we will mark on the x-axis 6 and on the y-axis 0, and it is same. So this point will be here only, because any point on the x-axis, here y-axis will always be 0, and any point on the y-axis, here x-axis will be 0. Suppose you have to mark 0 2, so 0 is here, so any point on the x-axis will be of the form x0, and any point on the y-axis will be of the form 0y, because on x-axis there is no y, so y is 0, and on the y-axis there is no x, so x is 0. So any point on x-axis is of form x0, and any point on y-axis is of form 0y, and because our coordinate is 6 0, so it is obvious it will be on the x-axis. So x-axis, here we will point out that this is our first point. Second point is 4 1. Here it is 4 and here it is 1. In front of 1 we will plot like this, and no need to mark these lines always. We can directly plot the points and it is our point 4 1. Next is 2 2. So on the x-axis we will mark 2 and in front of that on the y-axis we will mark 2. So this is the third point, that is 2 2, and next is 8. So 3 points are sufficient. I told you that we need 3 points to plot the graph of a linear equation in 2 variable, and it will always represent a line. See how we can say. Now join these points. I am not plotting by scale or I am not using any device. I am directly doing it with the free hand, but you need a scale. You should use scale by joining these points, and you will see, you will get a straight line. Always you will get a straight line, and it is indefinite. We can extend it on both sides because it is a line. It is not a line segment that is fixed, it is a line, and you can extend it on both the sides, and it always represents a straight line. So linear equation in 2 variables, we took an example, we found out its solutions, and when we plot the solutions on the graph, we saw it always represents a straight line. Now, how many solutions of this straight line are possible? Because I already told you that a linear equation has infinitely many solutions. So, infinitely many points are there on this straight line. Every solution of linear equation is a point on the straight line. Underline the fact. It is very important fact. What is the importance of this? That every solution of linear equation is a point on the straight line, and every point on the straight line is a solution of the graphical representation of linear equation. Every point on the straight line, vice versa, is also true. Every point on this line is a solution of the linear equation. So this is the beauty of the linear equation. We are given a linear equation. By using that, we can draw, we can plot a line, and every solution is on the line, and every point on the line is the solution of the linear equation, and you can check also. It is very easy. See here, 2 2. 2 2, we can see it is a solution. Now like this, 1 and whatever it comes, 2 point something, it will be, or it will also be a solution. And now because we can extend it indefinitely on both sides, so negative points are also the solution. We can choose x-axis in the negative form also. Now we will take another example, that is x plus y is equal to 0. Now in this question we will not convert y in terms of x and x in terms of y. We will just keep it as it is, and I will show you. Then also we can find our order pair very easily, and we can find our solutions in a same manner. Suppose I am taking x is equal to 0. In that case, putting x is equal to 0 here, y is equal to 0. If I am taking x is equal to 1, then y becomes minus 1. X is equal to 1 and it will go that side, it will become minus 1. And if I am taking x is equal to minus 1, then y will become 1. Minus 1 if I am taking this, so it will go that side, and y is equal to 1. So our 3 order pair, that is 3 solutions, are 0 0, 1 is 1 minus 1, and minus 1 1. I told you earlier that 3 solutions are sufficient to plot the graph of linear equation in 2 variables. So first of all we will plot them on our this graph. First solution is 0 0 and it is here. Next is 1 minus 1, 1 is here and minus 1 is here in front of this. This is 1 minus 1, and third one is minus 1 1. Minus 1 and 1 both will meet at this point. 1, minus 1, 1. So these are the 3 points. These are 3 points are showing the solution of the graph of the linear equation. Now we will join them. We can join it properly by the scale, but now I am doing directly. And we will put arrows. We can extend it both sides indefinitely. So this is a straight line. Because it was a linear equation in 2 variables, again it is representing a straight line. So we can conclude that every linear equation in 2 variable always represents a solution, and every point on this line, suppose I am taking this point, so definitely it will be a solution of this linear equation, and every solution of linear equation is a point on the line. Whatever I am taking, suppose I am taking the solution, I am taking x is equal to minus 2. If I am taking x minus 2, so my y will be 2. So I want to see whether this point lie on the line or not. If this point lie on the line, then definitely it is a solution of the linear equation. Now minus 2, 2. See, this point is here. Minus 2 comma 2, and it lies on the line. So this point is the solution of the this solution is a point on the linear equation. So there are infinitely many solutions for a linear equation, and infinitely many points on the line are the solution of the linear equation, which is that is the graphical representation, and that result is very important. Now our next thing is, when you learnt about how we can represent any line, any equation on the graph, now it is very easy that how we can represent a linear equation in one variable on the graph. Suppose I have to represent x is equal to 4. So they can ask, represent it in single variable or represent it in the 2 variables. Represent it on the graph by single variable or 2 variable. If we have to plot it on the graph by single variable, just we will draw our number line. Just simply we were doing in our earlier classes, we have to take a number line, and we will take O, that is 0, and here positive points. So that is same, we have to mark on the same distance, and here negatives. Right hand side positive, left hand side negative, and we have to plot x is equal to 4. So from here 4 we will mark, and by showing it arrow we can say it x is equal to 4. So this is the representation in the form of single variable. Now if they are saying that represent the same thing in the 2 variables, we can write it, there is nothing. It is just a single variable, there is no constant, we can write it as 1x, and here there is no y, we can write it as 0y is equal to 4. So 1x plus 0y is equal to 4. So minus 4 equals to 0. By comparing it with standard linear equation in 2 variables, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Here we see a is equal to 1, b is equal to 0, and c is equal to minus 4. Therefore it is a linear equation in 2 variables, and we can convert any single variable equation in 2 variables. Now we have to represent it on the number line in the form of 2 variables. X-axis is already here, and we will mark y-axis. So our x is always, so I will represent it in a proper manner. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it is very easy to you these all. It becomes very easy for you. X is equal to 4 we have to plot. If I am taking, our equation was x is equal to 4 and we can write it 1 into x plus 0 y is equal to 4. If I am taking y value 1, then also x is equal to 4. So 1 is 1, 4. If I am taking y minus 1, then also it is 4. If I am taking y whatever 3, then also x is equal to 4. So x is fixed here for every value of y, because y is here 0 into y. Whatever we are taking the value of y, it will become 0 because it is multiplied with 0. So whatever values of y will be there, x is same everywhere and it is x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 is here. When 0, 0, 4, 1, 4, if I am taking y 1, then also x 4. If I am taking 2, 3, here negative minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 4. For each and every value of y, it is giving the value as 4. X is always same. Just we will join all the points and we can say that it is again a straight line, but this straight line is always parallel to y-axis. So whenever our x is equal to 4 or x is equal to any variable, the line will be always parallel to y-axis. Again, one more question. Y is equal to minus 3. We have to represent this y is equal to minus 3 on the number line in the form of single variable. So linear equation in one variable we have to represent it. Again we will consider just a number line, that is called real line. Again we will mention 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and it goes indefinitely. We have to plot y is equal to minus 3. Here are on the right hand side we have positive numbers, on the left hand side we have negative numbers. So y is equal to minus 3. We will see y is equal to minus 3 is here. So our graph is y is equal to minus 3. It represents y is equal to minus 3 and that is in the form of single variable. Now if they say that represent this linear equation in the form of two variables, so first of all we will convert it. X is missing, so we can write 0 into x because 0 into x is again 0, and y we can say it 1y is equal to minus 3. Again here whatever is the value of x, value of y will be always minus 3, but in the two variable we have to plot y-axis also. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the single variable we will just take a real line, and for two variables we will consider x-axis as well as y-axis. Whatever is the equation, either it is in the terms of x or in the terms of y, we have to consider x-axis, y-axis, coordinate plane, and then we will plot. Here it is given y is equal to minus 3. We will put a point whenever x is 1, 2, 3, 4, everywhere it is giving us y is equal to minus 3, and for negative values of x also it is giving us y is equal to minus 3. We will just join this. So we can conclude that whenever y is equal to some constant, suppose y is equal to a, then every time we are getting a line parallel to x-axis, and when we are having some x is equal to b, then always our representation will be a line, will be a straight line that is parallel to y-axis. So I think the concept is clear to you for both linear equation in two variables and for linear equation in one variable. Now I would like to ask you something. For ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, can our a, b, c be irrational numbers? This you have to think and you have to tell me in comment that my question is whether a, b, c can be irrational numbers. They can be √2, √3 like that also. So you have to tell me in the comments and I hope कि आपको आज का वीडियो अच्छा लगा. अगर आपको कहीं भी कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है तो प्लीज़ कमेंट करके पूछिए. I will definitely answer. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. टिल देन बाय बाय.